Hi, I'm Jim Preston, and my wife Katya and I have been exploring Bears Ears National Monument in Utah. We would like to take you from Newspaper Rock, through the desert, up through the mountains, the west side of the Abajo Mountains, and down to one of our favorite dispersed camping areas, Comosh. The monument gets its name from two buttes called the Bears Ears. Newspaper Rock is probably the finest collection of pictograms and petroglyphs in the Southwest. Beautiful there, and it's a popular little place right off of State Route 212. And after that, we just take a beautiful drive down through the Cottonwoods to Beef Basin Road. Okay, we're starting down Beef Basin Road off State Highway 211. And we're going to be on this road for a while. We're going to explore the western side of the Abajo Mountains. So we'll be in Forest Service terrain for much of this. We're in Bears Ears right now. See these cars and these camps along here? Probably they're crack climbers. So they're not cliff climbers. They don't go up the face. They go up all the big cracks, in this vertical cracks in these rocks. And this Indian Creek area we're in is world famous for crack climbing. There's a lot of places like Yosemite that just isn't much in the way of cracks. But here, this old Jurassic rock, I think it's Jurassic, it's great for cracks. There's just cracks. You can squeeze your body up, and I guess you have to squeeze your body back down or jump, whatever you're going to do. Yeah, but it's a pretty amazing area. So there you can see some cliffs with lots of cracks. We are getting some wildflowers. There's been very little rain. It's been pretty dry, but a storm came through yesterday, dumped a little rain. It doesn't look like it had much impact on the road other than it, tamped down the dust. There's really almost no dust behind us now. And that's certainly nice. Okay, the distance we have the Abajo Mountains. Abajo is down or below in Spanish. And they're, on the map, they're, I guess, below the Sal Mountains by Moab. So these are by the town of Monticello, but Monticello is on the east side. We are crawling around on the west side. So we're starting to get some more interesting terrain, kind of getting out of that prairie stuff and into an area where there's canyons, there's gorges. It's much more attractive here. The road narrows a bit. Not really bench road, I guess. It's kind of wide for that. But it is more interesting. Very little traffic. So far, we've only encountered one pickup coming at us.
Oh, there was one mountain biker.
Oh, yeah, we had a mountain biker. It looks like it may have been graded a little bit recently, but the road's in great shape. I mean, this is like, you can drive any kind of vehicle on this. There's been some very tiny ledges, so maybe a Porsche or something wouldn't work out. But anybody who's doing overlanding with a Toyota Corolla, and I have met one guy who does that, he could easily do this road. Now, whether that continues on for the rest of this section of the Bears Ears, I don't know. Okay, we wanted to show you some of the beautiful yellow flowers out here. Actually, I don't remember what bushes these are. Some kind of bush. But they're quite beautiful, and there's a little bit of blue here and there. Very little here, and some of the other ones, there's much more blue. But it's delightful as you're driving along the road here to see this, all these wildflowers. Yeah, look at this. It's like almost the yellow brick road. We're going to go see Oz. But as you can see, the road's terrific. We haven't aired down. There's been a few little bumpy spots, a few little wash crossings, a couple of ledges, but it's really a nice road. And we see more mountain bikers coming at us on this. So this is a much nicer road than what we're used to. A lot of our escapades out here in the desert leads to a little more challenging driving. And there's a big butte on our left called Sentinel Butte. And we're still on Basin Road, with the Abajo Mountains generally on our left, sometimes ahead of us. Monte La Salle National Forest. So we passed quite a few of those overlook type dispersed camping areas where you can pull right up to the edge of the cliff and look off in the distance at amazing terrain towards Capitol Reef National Park. Okay, it's way too early to stop and camp, but there has been some quite nice dispersed campsites along here. There's a nice, pretty flat spot. We wouldn't even use blocks there or anything. We'd just stay in the van. But over here, ahead of us, looks amazing. And it goes out this way. So, wow, cool, huh? It goes back over in here. And it's got this view to die for out there. Wow, huh? So this would be the view from our van. And it's spectacular. Looking over towards Canyonlands, I don't see the needles. They would be off in that direction somewhere. But wow, what a big canyon. Whoa. The view from an amazing dispersed camping site. Now, I think everybody watching this video would say, yes, this is pretty amazing view. That view out there. So, one of the best dispersed camping spots I've ever seen. It's amazing. And then, of course, then you got the Abajo Mountains rising up there in the forest and all that. So, pretty cool place.
We don't want to see me. We want to look at this really cool fire spot.
Last I checked, we're at about 7,500 feet. And we are on, I guess it's Forest Road 88. Yeah. So it went from Beef Basin to a county road to Forest Road 88. Elk Ridge Road. So maybe this is Elk Ridge, somewhere. So we're at about 8,600 feet here. This is about the highest point on the Abajo trail here. Okay, there's a stock pond with a little bit of water in it. Stagnant. And there's some people dispersed camping way over there. So on this pass here, it looks like there's a lot of room for dispersed camping. You just have to get back off the main trail a little bit. There's quite a few camps. It could be hunting season now also, and that's when you start seeing a lot of dispersed camping up high. Oops, wrong road, but intriguing. There's a big canyon far below us, and we'd love to explore it. But we have a different track this time that we love to explore. We're going to come back to this, and we're going to shoot like the far southern end of Canyonlands National Park and Beef Basin Road over there. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to drop down into this canyon and explore it some more. So if you're intrigued, you're going to have to wait, because we have to wait for the snow to melt at 8,000 feet in 2025 and get to it at that point. Okay, we realize we're on the wrong road here. This is a pretty cool spot, but it's beautiful down here. And this is a direction I would like to go someday. But we made the first left just fine, and then we're supposed to make a right and got confused and didn't do it. I was spending a lot more time looking at the terrain than the map. But that'd be a pretty nice spot. Okay, so now we got to climb back up, short distance, half a mile or something. Okay, over here in the distance we have the sign Gooseberry GS whatever, 8 miles, and Cagilia or something GS, 19 miles, Beef Basin 12 miles to the right. So that's Beef Basin Road, goes off that way, and now it goes north up to Elephant Hill. You know, the famous Elephant Hill Jeep Road in Canyonlands National Park. Well, that's how you can get there. And that's how we're not going to go. We are going to go over that way towards Gooseberry GS. Our navigation here, we got Gaia. And I'm using the National Geographic map layer. It's on the premium account. And no, I'm not going to give you a discount to Gaia. Check out Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures. I think he can do that. He's set up for that. But we're starting to head south, and you can see you got mountains and you got, you know, huge canyons and all of that. So we're moving down, and somewhere down here we're going to hit, down here towards the bottom, we're going to hit State Route 95. So we haven't figured out what we're going to do for camp tonight. We certainly passed up some really, really amazing opportunities, but it was just too early in the afternoon. Just not something we wanted to do at 3 o'clock. Here, get over there. Okay, that's a breathtaking view of Duck Lake over there. And by the way, GS means guard station. It's less than a ranger station. And usually guard stations don't have anybody there. Really not sure what their purpose ever was. But we're not going to go out in Duck Lake. There's another trail sign. We're not going that way. We're going this way. Okay, now we finally encountered some dust, and the soil over here is a little sandier and obviously dirtier. But that's okay, we left some dust for them, so it's nice that everybody shares. Okay, now we're heading down into the notch. So what happens here is there's like 2 mesa ridges, flat top ridges. You see one there in the distance, and we're just coming off one, and they're dropping down into this gully, canyon sort of, and then we got to climb back up, which is kind of cool because you get to see a lot. There's bigger vistas up here, although the better views are right into the sun right now, and the photography is going to be awful. Actually, just looking at it is kind of awful. All the details lost. So we'll be on this little narrow ridge between these 2 mesa type ridges. Elk Ridge, last I saw. Whether all this is Elk Ridge, I don't know. All right. I like these kind of places. Oh, the left is beautiful. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna have to try to pull over here and take a quick shot, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're dropping down fast. So the road divided up there. We could have headed over towards Natural Bridges National Monument. Really cool place. Beautiful bridges. Not arches, bridges. Water flows under them. And so now we're dropping down here. It's fairly steep. Well, not really. But it's a steady descent, let's say. And in the distance, we can see the San Juan Mountains, which is a treat. And hopefully later this week on this trip, we'll be over there exploring very different terrain than what we're coming through now. So we're looking at the Abajo Mountains that we came along the side of earlier today. And we are heading to one of our very favorite campsites, campgrounds. Very informal campground. All there is a toilet. But it's at Comb Wash, below Comb Ridge, and we'll show you that probably in this video. Okay, we're leaving the National Forest, and we're down here in the desert, BLM land. So we still have a ways to go before we get to State Route 95. Now we're down in the Cottonwoods. As I've probably said many times, love the Cottonwoods. Look at the size of that guy, huh? He's a biggie. And where we're going to camp, bunches of cool Cottonwoods. Old gnarly ones, really fun ones. Okay, we hit some pavement just before State Route 95. There's State Route 95. And now we're going to take a right on 95 and head towards camp. Hopefully there's room for us. This is a Sunday, so if there's any weekend crowd, they'd be gone. Here is back on Civilization Road, but really that whole road from up near Newspaper Rock all the way back down to here, it was super. A couple of ruts here and there, short spots of ruts, but super. So anybody can do this. You don't need a fancy all-wheel drive van, and certainly not a Jeep. Okay, we're going through this notch in Comb Ridge. It's a big uplifted sandstone ridge. Out here we call them combs. There's other comb ridges. Looking into the Bears Ears National Monument. And we're looking down on the canyon, and actually we're looking right at the campground where we want to go. It's a county campground. So there's just a toilet there. I think there might be a couple of tables, so not much. But it's a beautiful place. And as you can see, this ridge is just gorgeous. And it goes way up in there. So earlier we crossed over way up at the headwaters of it. Now, I don't think I've ever seen water in the creek here. It's called Comb Wash. And it's pretty washy once in a while, and then it's very dry most of the time. So this is a big staging area for the moto folks, mostly side by sides. Oh, there's a table over there. Anyway, we we have a spot we go to down here. And we're getting thirsty and hungry. And you may be able to see the notch we just came through up to the left. And I turn in here. Been camping here for years, off and on. Maybe once a year, twice a year. And we've got our spots, you know? So do you want this one, or do you want to go try that one
Let's
back?
go try that one.
That other one? Yeah. Let's see if we can get it. There's a table, and there's nobody there. So this spot we're going to right now is one of the most popular. And we've got it. Right there. Okay, I'm going to back in. If you could move those rocks a bit so I don't run over them.
Okay.
Then I'm going to back in so we have the door on the side of the table. And the toilet's here on the left. And there's cottonwoods to look at. And if it's wet enough, there'll be birds everywhere. Lots of birds. But we were just here in the spring after going up Cottonwood Canyon and Grand Staircase Escalante, and after Overland Expo West. And there were no birds. It's just been too dry.